Hello, and welcome to the Casino Tears podcast. I'm one of your hosts, 10 Ton is number one, and joining me as my co-host is the one and only Ed Robinson from Roll to Win Craps. If you want more info on our show, please visit our page at casinotears.com. On this week's show, we discuss Pressing Extremes, Season 2, Beyond a Monster, Getting Dialed In. We also touch on Harrah's Biloxi and Vegas, Pink Floyd, Patagonia, ASMR, Eunuchs, Coach Giant, and 10 Ton's voice gets deeper. Ed, man,
What?
Happy New Year, dude.
Season 2, launching. Can you believe it's been a year, dude?
I can't actually.
You've done a lot of editing over the last 12 months.
That went by fast.
You've done a lot of editing.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of shirt you got on? That's a Vikings. Is that like one of the back in the heyday Viking shirts?
Yeah, it's cool, right? It's when the Vikings were established. 1961. It's old school.
I was already living and breathing then.
Yeah, you were probably practicing your toss
Probably was.
as a little baby. Ed, I like
Yeah.
that shirt, dude. What is that? Is that like it seems like it's Patagonia.
What the hell is what's Patagonia?
I feel like you should be backpacking somewhere in the mountains.
It's a very Western kind of
I guess it
native-
is. Yeah.
Got a lot of native Indian.
I think I had a blanket that kind of sort of looked like that.
This is a blanket.
It yeah, it looks good, man. It's got
Oh,
a teal in it. I like it, Ed.
I bought this to go to Black Hawk in years ago.
Oh, you know what? Someone mentioned Black Hawk in one of these emails. That's his home casino. We're going to talk about some emails that we got.
Black Hawk is a town.
Yeah, Black Hawk Casino. Is that what it's called?
No, that is a town.
Oh, okay.
There are casinos in Black Hawk.
Oh, there isn't a Black Hawk Casino?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's a cool name for a town, though. Black Hawk, right?
Yeah, they got a big statue of Black Hawk.
Oh, really?
For
It
whatever
wasn't like
reason.
a Native American chief? Seems like that.
It seems very Native American to me. It's
Yeah.
an old West mining town kind of a
Black
place.
Hawk. That would be a cool handle, wouldn't it?
Yep, we need a Black Hawk. How you doing, my friend? Happy New Year. It's been. I hadn't seen you since last year.
I know, man. It has been a minute because we had so much recorded in the coffers that I was just able to like edit. Dice Coach
Yep.
dials in. That was a good episode.
It was a great episode.
Yeah, it is season 2, man. That went by fast.
Season 2, episode 1. Here we are.
We got some craps licenses. That's mine. I got to get you yours.
They need to get them. February is coming. You got bootleggers?
Bootleggers is already sent out. You see that video? That making
did.
of?
Watched you typing with one finger.
That's precision typing. Precision shooting?
That is not a
Precision typing.
phone you're using. That is a typewriter. You probably never took a typing class.
Oh my
in your
God,
life.
dude. You know what? I got to tell you, when I was making those fucking licenses, dude, I had to rip up 2 of them because I typed it wrong. I was typing, it was Moonshine's license because the city he lives in Idaho, man, it's like Coeur d'Alene. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I typed it wrong 2 times because it's I forget. I don't even know. It's got a COUE. I don't know.
R.
And then I fucked up the apostrophe because there's no apostrophes. It's not something I'm normally typing on. So I'm like, is this the apostrophe or is this the comma? And then it was the comma. So then I'm like, fuck. And then I ripped
Where's
it up.
it at on the? It's where it's at on the key, dude. If it's down low, it's the comma. If it's up high, it's the apostrophe.
Well, I didn't know. It was like, should I shift? If I shift, will that show up here? Yeah. So I actually had to type up that specific city caused me issues.
You know, we used to take typing classes back in the day.
I mean, I'm like, okay, but yeah, I'm one finger.
No,
man.
we learned how to do it, multiple fingers correctly.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty tricky. I got to line it up because those licenses are small. You know what that video is called, dude? It's called an ASMR video. I just know that that's what it's called. You know, when you can hear all the sounds really close? The
Yeah.
type of video, that's what it's called.
I have no idea.
ASMR. It's so you get all the sound effects like paper cutter.
I heard it. Yeah, you get it all.
I just bought that paper cutter, man.
It's kind of handy. You lose a finger if you're not careful.
It is a serious paper cutter. That other one I had was Bush League. Rookie. Yeah. Okay. So, Ed, ASMR, just so people
Yeah.
can learn something, it stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It's a term used to describe a tingling, static like, or goosebump sensation in response to specific triggering audio or visual stimuli. These sensations are said to be spread across the
that sounds
skull
dirty, dude.
or down the back of the neck, and for some down the spine or limbs. Yeah, it's just really close up.
Does that make you? It makes you tingle when you're watching you make licenses.
I guess
I
so.
don't know.
I guess so.
I don't know about. I
Hopefully.
don't know about it being an ASMR.
That's what it is. It would fall under that category.
It looked like a VID to me.
What's that?
Video.
That's what it was.
ASMR. I don't get it.
Those things get millions of views. Like, the guy's out in the forest cooking a steak, and it's all the sounds of him chopping up.
Let's cook a craps, man.
Sizzling.
A craps critter. I'm gonna put one on a spit and sit there and turn it. Roast him. Roast that. Them suckers was nasty gnawers preseason. So what you been up to?
Well, we should talk about what you've been up to. I can catch you up on a couple things, but you just got back from Biloxi.
I did. I got out just before the snowstorm.
It seems like you've been there a lot lately.
I have.
Like this is like your third trip, right?
In 2 months. Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. I was scouting for craps.
Oh,
because,
nice.
crap season starts February 1st.
Yep. February 1st is when it starts. That's why I've been laying low, really.
Let me tell you, if you go scouting for craps, this is what I discovered. Now I'm hiding in my blind.
Yeah. Near the slot machines.
Yeah. I'm watching for craps. And I see these critters and they're all running around wearing jerseys. They all got numbers on them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They all got numbers on them. There was a lot of 3s in the group. There was a lot of 12s, a bunch of 6s, and a bunch of 5s. Now, there was some other numbers on different jerseys, but there was a lot of craps wearing 3s and 12s, 4s. 4s, there were a lot of 4s. There were a lot of 4s.
Yeah.
And I mean, those suckers were wily.
Oh, man. Yeah, those are the crapless craps.
Well, not just the crapless craps, all the craps. I mean, the 4s through 10s. I mean, you don't know which table them suckers are going to show up on. And
No.
if you're not careful, if you're not real careful in pre-hunting season,
Yeah.
they will gnaw on your wallet in your back pocket. They'll gnaw on your front. Money will fall out. You'll lose it if you ain't careful.
No,
You gotta be real, because I mean, them suckers was climbing the ladder up into the blind trying to get to me.
Yeah. You gotta be careful. They'll gnaw on the nut sack.
They'll get the nut sack
Yeah.
in a hurry. They mistake them things as
acorns. Yeah, as acorns, dude. That's funny. So Biloxi was it positive or negative or neutral? Up, down, or even?
Table play was positive.
That's good.
My boredom overtook me at times because the tables were packed at times, and I went and played too many craps bait games.
Oh yeah, so you were playing a lot of slots?
Yeah, I never hit a jackpot.
Oh,
kind of had jack.
Geez, sorry.
Never hit a jackpot. I hit a bunch of, up to 1,000, but I never hit a jackpot.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
Took some videos. I should send you some videos.
That's sweet that you hit 1,000 on what? A couple dollar bet?
$2.50.
That's a massive return.
It is a great return.
Jeez.
And you know what? I went down there the very next morning before I left.
How many days were you there? 3?
Yeah, I drove in Friday.
Solo scouting trip?
Yeah. Ran into Buddy.
Oh yeah, Buddy. Who
I met in Tunica, and I gave him the wrong name originally. I don't even know what I called him then.
I know what you called him. You called him Rudy.
Rudy. Yeah, I called him Rudy.
But his handle is Rooster, dude. Don't you remember Rooster?
Yeah.
Alice in Chains. Rooster.
I don't know Alice in Chains.
I know. Did you ever ask your wife?
I know Alice in Wonderland.
This is way better than Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Chains is better than Alice in Wonderland. I mean, for me.
I can imagine.
You ever hear that story about Alice in Wonderland where you can sync up? No, that's not it. That's Wizard of Oz. You can sync up Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Really?
Yeah, and it like syncs up as a whole soundtrack. But that's not Alice in Wonderland.
What kind of knucklehead sits around and figures out that they can take a Pink Floyd song and make it into an Alice in Wonderland track?
A Wizard of
I
Oz
mean,
thing?
Wizard of Oz track. Yeah.
I don't know. That's like one of those things. I don't know how they figure that out, but it's documented.
Couple of funny stories, good stories, and then we'll go on to whatever's going on in your life. Cause
Did you shoot some craps with Rooster?
oh, well, there was gnawing at his balls too.
Oh man,
He
dude,
was
a lot of
hollering.
blood.
He was hollering and screaming and stomping the floor at times. It was so bad. We ran into each other Friday night. We were hunting crapless.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And he finally said he was tired of hunting
Yep.
and went on to his room. I think he was staying at the Hard Rock. I was getting kind of ticked off at those craps about that time because I run around with them jerseys on with numbers on them.
Yeah, I know. 2, 3, 11, 12.
Yeah, and 4s and 6s. There was a lot of those jerseys running around. I mean, them little critters running around.
It's football season. That's why.
They wasn't none of them wearing a Vikings jersey. I can promise you that.
No.
But at the same time, I got on a run. I had gotten fed up, gotten pissed off, and gotten ultra focused. And I pulled something they had not seen in a very, very long time.
What?
A different dice set.
Oh.
That I haven't used in probably 3 years.
Wow. Out of the archives, out of the vault.
Yeah. I said, I got to give them something these young craps hadn't seen.
What was it? What set was it?
It's a 3V dice set, but the 3s are facing you, and you got 5 and 6 on top, which is a crapless number, and you got ace deuce on the bottom.
Oh, nice.
It's a 3V, but it's rolled forward one roll. That's really all it is. So anyway, dude, I started hitting numbers, good numbers.
Yeah.
I gotten dialed in on the landing zone, had the arc, got the spin, got everything working. Somebody told me later that was at the table.
Yeah.
I kind of drew a crowd that it was
peanut gallery.
Well, there was some on the table too, and they kept passing the dice to me. But anyway.
Smart.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But one of the guys said he counted the rolls as 52.
Whoa, dude, that is beyond a monster. Monster's 40.
I really don't know that it was, because I don't count my rolls.
50's up there, man.
If it was 52, I'd be surprised. I figured it was more,
40s.
Upper 30s, upper 30s, low 40s.
Let's give you 40s. In the 40s.
I mean, it probably was, because I had my 6. I had my 6 up to 900.
Oh man, that is up there. That's up there, man.
I had my 2 at 100. I had my 3 at 200. I had my 11 at like 150.
Mm-hmm.
And my 12, because I rolled 5 of them in the same hand, was at 500.
Oh man, I know, dude. Love that setup.
I was going for house max, but I was going to the max. Just didn't get there. I need that one more hit. One more 12 would have given me $3,000.
I know. I started thinking about that. I think in one of our very brief conversations when I called to check up on you.
Yeah.
I thought I've hit that $500 12 3 times since November.
Nice for you. Did you press it?
Well, no, that's as far as I got.
I was going to house max on the next hit, which is 1,500 on the extremes there.
I pocketed that thing when it hit.
Well, I went from 250 to 500. I didn't pocket nothing. Yeah. I just kept freaking, okay. You want to play this game, craps? We'll just get your 12 ass in the little knapsack and put your ass on a spit and roast you.
Yeah, nice, man. Did that cover everything for the weekend? If you had your what's a 906 pay? Ed? Really quick quiz.
$1,050.
Yep, good job. I like throwing it out there. I only know certain ones in my levels where I have them just memorized. That.
Yeah, pays 1050.
Yeah. And I know a 512. I have like all these target numbers.
Yeah,
that 3,000 is sweet, dude.
That is a sweet lick, but I would have pressed it to 1,500.
Man,
I would have gone from 500 to 1,500 and dared that craps to come out of that hole.
That'd pay 9,000.
Yes, sir. I got no hops. I got no bonus bets, no nothing. All I'm doing is shooting craps. Every time they stick their head up, I'd shoot one.
Nice, man. Nice. Carnage. Carnage on that table.
I was tired of seeing them jerseys. Then they regrouped.
Retreated.
Yeah, and then I threw one more hand, and I didn't throw a craps number. Didn't throw an extreme, so I called it a night.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
I mean, I'm way up, and so that was like Friday night.
A lot of times after a big roll, that's just time to call it. You pretty much know.
I'll throw it again. I will always throw it again. I'll always throw again.
Yeah, I know.
Cautiously.
I won't. I'll just be like,
I will.
That's good.
Not me. Give me the dice. Hold my bourbon. Hold my bourbon. Give me the dice.
I feel like lightning doesn't strike twice.
Oh, but it does.
Depends on the forecast. Yeah.
I mean, why not? It's hard. I mean, if you have a 50 roller, you're probably not going to have a 50 roller. But if you can have a 12 to 15 roller, which I did, but it was all inside numbers. So I'm like, I'll just call it. You know, I've always said I have that kind of mental rule. If I can't throw an extreme, I just get off the table.
Now it sounds like you've been playing a lot of crapless then.
Friday, let's see, Saturday night, Saturday night I did. It's the only time they had the table open. I played again Saturday night. Didn't do badly, but didn't do anywhere near what I did the night before. And then a bunch of, looked like college students. I don't know. There was a bunch of weird stuff going on. They had some kind of band going, band inside concert, and then they had a band outside there in the casino. And I mean, I was seeing dealers that were on vacation coming in and going to see whoever it was in concert. I mean, so whatever.
Oh.
I'm like, you're on vacation and you came into the place you work. That's weird. But
it's Biloxi though.
Yeah. Not a lot of choices.
Not a lot of entertainment choices besides other casinos.
Well, they have a big amphitheater out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gladiators in that thing? What's going on in that amphitheater?
It's an outdoor amphitheater. Be like the Hollywood Bowl, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. That would be the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah.
Outside theater. Yep.
Nice.
Anyway, so Saturday night, I'm playing, finally got on my favorite table in my favorite position. Stick left one. Stick left one.
Man, classic. My
favorite table, finally got into my position, and not too many people on the table. I know that table really well, but it takes you 2 or 3 tosses to get dialed in. I mean, I've gone from a 14-foot table down to a 12-foot table, and you kind of got to reorient yourself, reorient your toss. Yeah, recalibrate your toss a little bit.
Favorite position?
Yep.
Regular table.
2V. I'm shooting a 2V, and I'm getting to feel really, really spunky because I'm getting dialed in. I can tell. I'm getting all day. I had been just like.
What do you mean by that? I'm getting dialed in. You're getting your 2V set is getting the numbers that you throw at home that you're expecting to hit.
That I expect, and I'm getting longer and longer roll.
Yep.
My 7s are, they're in the toilet, and I'm getting numbers I expect to hit more often. I'm getting a lot of repeaters, that kind of thing. So had this guy. This is funny. I'm sitting there shooting, and I just got through shooting, and I probably had a 10, 12 roller, nothing super fantastic.
Yeah, but that's solid. That's a keep rolling roll.
Like I say, I can tell I'm getting right there in that groove, in that dialed in position.
Yeah.
This big guy, he's down on the end. I mean, he's like big, tall guy, and he reaches across the table, and he ain't even moved from the end. He's hitting me on the shoulder. That's how big he was.
Damn, man.
He's like, "Hey, man, do you mind if I come down there and shoot?" And I went, "Can we swap?" I went, "Well, no, we're not going to swap, but I'll move all my chips down here.
Slide over.
All the way to the end, and I'll just step back, and you can shoot from wherever you want." He said, "Okay." So here he comes. Now, he leaves his chips on the end, and he's standing at stick 1.5. And he's reaching over. He can reach his chip. He's reaching his chips and making his bets. That's how big this guy was.
Man, giant.
He was a big dude. He was a big dude. He knew how to hunt craps. He thought.
I mean, just reach in there, grab him.
He could just reach in and grab them, strangle them.
Yeah.
I mean, his hands were so big they might slip out. But anyway, when he set the dice, he was almost in the middle of the cum section.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's how big this guy was. And I watch him, and I was like, well, okay. He's setting up in the center of the table, but all his dice are landing left of center. He's rolling a few numbers. I placed a small bet or two on him, just watching him. And then finally he 7'd out and the dice come back around to me. There wasn't many on the table. And he leans over. He's going to coach me.
Oh, nice, dude. You did Coach Giant.
Coach Giant is leaning in.
Yeah. Did he say, hey, practice like you play like you practice?
No,
That's
he
Coach
didn't.
speak. What'd he say?
He leaned over and he whispers it in my ear like he didn't want the dealers to hear it. He's like, hey, dude, if you'll set the 3V, you'll hide 4 of the 6s that way.
Oh, dude, that was nice of him. Give him a tip. That was a free tip. Did he slap you on the ass?
No.
Get in there.
No. He's like, I went, really? He went, yeah. I said, I never been fond of 3s. You want me to put the 3s on top? He said, yeah, put the 3s on top. You'll hide 4 of the 7s that way.
Kind of like it, man.
And I'm like, damn, I never heard of that before.
It's good, dude.
Never heard of that. How can that? I never heard of hiding 7s.
Yeah.
I said, but I really like 2s. So I'm going to put the 2s on top. He said, no, you need to put the 3s on top. I said, nah, that's okay. I said, if I do 3s on top, I'll probably just hit inside numbers. And he looked at me with this weird look like, and I said, okay, I'll put 3s on top. If you think that'll work, I'll put 3s on top. So I went to my 3V set.
Okay.
And had a nice little roll.
There you go, man. The coach was right.
He was right. He was just right. I hit another, again, another 10, 12, 15 or whatever it was.
That was free advice too.
Free advice. And it was correct, right?
Okay.
And so then it's his shot.
You give him a little coaching?
Nope. I said, it's all yours. It's all yours, coach.
Okay.
I stepped back, hands on my chips, though, and he PSO'd.
That happens. Happens to the best coaches.
And he started walking. He walked back to his spot. I said, did you put the 3s on top?
Did he?
He just looked at me and grabbed his chips and walked off the table.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he missed it because the dice came back around, and I'm like, I've got it figured. I went to my 2V set.
Okay.
I hit 4 hard ways in a row.
Okay, nice.
After I saw the first one, I dropped quarters on all 4 of them.
Man, immediately going to quarters. I like it.
I'm not going to nickels.
$10 does what? Ed.
$10 doesn't even pay your parking ticket.
It does not excite you.
No. If you're going to hit them, you need to have some money on them. That's the way I look at it. Now, I'm not telling anybody to bet more than $5. It's just I don't do it.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to hit often, but when they do hit, I want to make money.
Yep.
After I placed the first one, I threw 3 more back to back to back. One of them was a hard 4, which I immediately had already, put a quarter on. And I'm collecting on the hard 4. I'm pressing the hard 4 to 50 because I'm playing at a quarter level. Even though it was a $15 table. Long story short, I got my 4 pressed up to 250.
Okay, like that.
It's not a complex press. I mean, it's 25, 50, 100, and then I make the big leap from 100 to 250.
Yeah, you were hitting some hard ways all around. That's nice.
So I just hit my point, before I hit the last 4 to get it to 250, and the dealer pushes the dice to me, and I didn't even do my world ace deuce bet that I normally do on the come out. And they slid the dice to me, and I went, hang on a sec. And I threw them $50. I said, hop the 4s.
It's a big hop, $50.
Threw a 3-1.
Nice, man. That is.
I hit some hops on a hard way, too, during this process. Now that I think, I hit a hop on a hard 6. The dealers wanted to leave me up, and I said, no, I don't want to stay up on the hops, bring me down, because I got 75 sitting down there on a hard 6 anyway. I had a good little hand right there, made some nice crap change.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Skinned them a little bit.
Sounds like it. Another good roll.
So, yeah, public service announcement. Can I do that?
Go ahead.
Stay away from Harrah's.
I went to Harrah's in Vegas, but yeah.
I'm talking about in Biloxi. Stay away from that
How come?
place.
Why?
Because secret Asian man had his fucking repeater bet bullshit put on one of them, and somebody put their fire bet shit on the other one, and they put a bunch of trampoline bullshit underneath them, and they just go boing, boing, boing like your Aria tables used to.
So the tables got bouncy?
I will never play them again.
Damn. So they weren't as bouncy, but they got bouncier? Is it just a new felt?
It's not the felt, it's the underlayment. It's the underlayment. So I don't recommend those at all unless you just like playing on trampolines.
All right, so not recommending Harrah's in Biloxi.
Not that I don't recommend it. I advise you to stay away.
That is a public service announcement from Ed Robinson.
If you want to get a free room there,
by all means,
you might as well go to the Motel 6. That's what the damn rooms are. And then you got to play on them shit-ass tables. You don't want to play on them damn things.
They'll leave the light on for you.
They'll leave the light on for you while they're taking all your freaking money off that bouncy trampoline. You don't want to be...
Do it in plain sight.
Secret Asian man, if he fucks up my Hard Rock tables...
Oh, man.
I'm going to whoop his ass in the next year.
Man, we're going to have to bring him on the podcast then.
You bring him on because if he brings that bullshit into my damn Hard Rock, I'll kick his ass in the next week.
I technically don't think it's his fault, though. I mean, it's the casino's fault. But you know what? Let's just guilt by association.
It's his damn... He made him change it.
Yeah. I wonder if we had a trial, if he would be found guilty. Yeah, of that.
I would stick the craps on him and let him gnaw on his crotch.
Yeah, Secret Asian man. I got to give that guy.
I am not a fan. I am not a fan of Secret Asian man or his fucking.
Man,
bet.
I love the repeater.
He puts that damn shit, that field bet. You know, you got 3 sections up there. You know, middle field. Man,
we should bring him on to talk about that.
That's a stupid bet.
I'm gonna see if he can come on the show.
Nobody in their right mind is going to make that 3-way bet in the field. That's freaking stupid.
I'm going to see if he's going to come on.
I don't care if he comes on or not. That's a stupid bet.
Well,
it's a great thing for the casino, but nobody's playing it.
I know. I'm playing the repeaters. In fact,
not when you can't control the dice. You're not.
Yeah.
Don't give me that smirk.
I can barely control them as it is. So what
don't give me that smirk.
So what else is new?
Mr. Wingspan, don't give me that smirk.
Yeah, that is a wingspan. So I wingspanned it at Harrah's in Vegas.
Tell me about it.
Speaking of Harrah's and repeaters, dude, this is where I met Oz. I went to see Oz.
Oz, a good friend of mine.
I know. Oz is a cool dude.
From Tampa.
Another one. Shout out to all the entire Tampa area crews. So many people. I went over to Harrah's. I don't have any sort of credit over there, so I just brought $3,000 with me. $3,000 in cash. He said he was over there.
You're too little to walk around with that kind of cash.
No, dude. You know, this is Vegas, not Atlantic City.
Oh,
at night.
Excuse me.
Right?
Excuse me.
So.
And it's just a place where a guy pulls up to a hotel and blows himself up with a car. Okay, never mind.
Actually, I was tired, so I actually took a cab over there. I didn't walk it. One of the rare times I'll just take a cab.
That would be a stretch of a walk from your place to Harrah's.
I mean, yeah.
Paris is no problem. Paris is no problem, but then you got to cross the frickin' street, and there's a lot of traffic, and you got to wait on the lights to cross the street.
If I'm walking there, I'm usually listening to the podcast and listening to edits. That's how I edit, Ed. I listen to a version of the podcast, and if I hear something, I just take a screenshot on my phone, and I literally write C. That means like clip. Usually clipping means that there's a volume thing, or you can hear the cut, or I'll write a note on it. And so then I'll do that multiple times. I'll have like 15 things. It has time markers. So then I go back to it, save it, listen to it again, and then I'll make a note. And so walks are actually productive for me.
Okay.
But anyway.
You can also do that in a cab.
Yeah. You know what? I took a cab there. It's been a minute. It's been literally probably 2 years since I played there. Last time I was there with Sheets Parlinsky at the bar.
Were you drinking back then?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. I don't remember, actually. I think it's like just when
Because you've been not drinking for over a year now.
Dude, it's like over I think I checked actually randomly. It's like 540 days. But I was never an alcoholic for everyone that's out there. Literally was not. I just decided to stop. I just want to clarify that. I do miss having a drink though, man. I think about it. So anyway, just decided to keep it going.
I can fix that.
Yeah. Dude, I got so much alcohol here, so much surrounded by it.
Yeah.
Went over there looking for Oz. I think they kind of redid the place a little bit. Looks like it.
I have no idea. I hadn't been in there since.
Oh my God, dude! I'll tell you a story. A long time ago, a long time ago when I was in Harrah's, I stayed there with this guy. Call him Weston. All right, he's just his poker guy. Weston. Right, little dude. He's an accountant too. A long time ago, way over a decade ago. So I'm in there, and I remember I hated it because Harrah's the walls in there, you could hear the people next door to you, like it's made of paper. And I remember hating it, and I hated the line and waiting for everything back then. So after the trip, I'm waiting for Weston, and Weston's like, "Hey, come here." Somehow he drags me into this like a host office, right? I guess it was a host office.
Yeah.
Because he's like a blackjack player. And so I'm just standing there waiting for him because he drove. I'm like, I want to leave, get back to LA. He's arguing with the host. He's like, why don't I have more like, comp, trying to get his whole trip comped.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's talking to him and he's like, well, how come I just played this, like very confused. And then the guy looks up. He's like, well, your friend right there. Because I'd give him my card. Well, he could get comped. Look, I didn't even know because I was playing craps.
Yeah.
So I guess I had a lot more comps earned, but I wasn't really like playing a lot. I was just coming up here. I was still figuring out the game. Man, this had to be like 2009.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Something like that. 10, right around there.
You were still a virgin back then.
I didn't know anything really about comps, but I was playing, obviously. So anyway, flash forward now at Harrah's. I'm looking for Oz. I'm texting him and I'm thinking, he's like, I'm at stick left 1. And I'm looking at this guy. That's not Oz. That's stick left 1. So I didn't realize there's another table set back in like another area if you keep walking. But they have 4 tables there. Was at the crapless.
That's at the front door or the side door, whatever.
Yeah, stick right 1 was open. So I'm like, oh, let me try it out. It's a repeater. My first roll was in the teens. I remember counting. It was over 12. So it was between 12 and 16. Waited again, didn't bet on any other joker that had come in during my roll.
Is that table still crooked?
I couldn't tell if it was crooked. All I know that I like that table.
Last time I was there, the left side on the dealer side was about 2 inches lower than the stick side.
Man, I didn't have my level with me.
You didn't take a level. It just takes looking at it.
I didn't. But I liked it. So anyway, I was looking at the floor. And these guys came in, threw their money down during my roll, did everything wrong. So I'm just like waiting. And then I'm waiting and waiting. Turn my bets off.
Did you go Bo Parker?
I turned my bets off.
Did.
Yeah.
Yep.
After that long wait, I'm looking at the floor guy too. And I'm just like, thanks. Good job. Appreciate it. I don't know if I put it out there either way. 7.
Did they place a bet? I would have asked them.
They did. They placed a bet. They placed a bet.
Okay.
So
I would have asked them if that's all you're going to do. I would have seen if I could have gotten them to bet more.
So it was my first time there. I wasn't trying to rile up the crowd. So anyway, waited for the dice to come around. 1, 2, 3, 4 shooters. Got back to me and I rolled in. It's about 16. I remember when I counted. It was close on the repeaters because I remember I immediately tried to lay the 6 and the 9.
Crapless.
I know. I always forget. I'm like, lay it. It's like an automatic response. So I had 5 6s. I had 4 9s there. I was all ready. Either way, my second roll was about 16. I was looking at $1,000 profit. And then I'm like, cool. I'm going to find Oz. This was good work, both in the teens. I was super happy. And then I walked over and met Oz and hung out with him. By the way, the floor guy there, I liked that he was cool. Very, very cool. No problems. The crews seemed nice to me. I definitely want to go back there and play. And I was getting the results that I thought I was going to get immediately.
Nice.
You know what, Ed? Now, if I throw a 7 and then I follow it with another 7, let's say 2 or 3 7s in a row.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much can guarantee you that roll is going to be short.
Yeah.
7, 7, 7, point. number 7. If I have a roll like that, I just stop. I don't even force it anymore. I'm done. That's happened to me like 3 times, and then I'm just going to pass it. If I was alone at the table, I'd take another shot, but that's happened to me a couple times. Now I just am cool with just saying, you know what, this is not my night.
If you catch yourself in that position, something for the memory bank. Okay, I've thrown 3 7s, now I set a point. I'm still shooting. Let's just say I've got $25 on the pass line. I don't know what you had.
100 probably, but I'm not betting. I'm not making a bet at that point.
But do a come bet equal to your pass line.
Man.
So if you PSO, it's a wash, right?
That's interesting.
All right. So what if you throw, the point is 6 and you throw a 4? So now you got to come bet travel to the 4.
Yep.
You got bullets in your rack, double it one time, go to 50 and throw a come bet. So then if you 7 out, it's still a wash. So you call it a hedge. You can call it smart, whatever you want to call it. The other idea is don't bet anything, but you got to, if you want to, but if you got $100 on the pass line because you're betting the repeaters the way you repeat, you bet them, you may want to consider that. Think it through. It's not a bad way to play it if you've thrown a lot of 7s before you set that point.
That's wise. I like that. Although I don't remember the last time I made a come bet.
Ladies and gentlemen, years and years of experience.
Dude, I don't know when that was. I made a come bet. Dude, seriously.
All you're doing is trying to protect your bets.
Yeah.
Now, then don't do another come bet. See if you can bring a come bet home. Because you still got 1 unit, 2 units, then 4 units or whatever exposure. So, stop. Don't keep upping the come bet.
Yeah.
Try to bring one of them home if you can. If you don't, then if it's a 7, then you're kind of washed out as even.
Yeah. Made some mental notes on that one because that happened a few times. That literally happened 3 times this month, and it happened over at Planet Hollywood too when I met up with Special Delivery Ted.
It happened to me in Biloxi, and I did that. So
I actually passed the dice the next time.
I'm not going to pass it. I'm going to see if I'm throwing a lot of 7s. Maybe I got an opportunity to get all my money back. I don't want them to have my pass line bet.
That's veteran moves. Anyway, Oz.
Yeah.
Guy's chomping on a cigar. Dude, when he's throwing the dice.
Those are hand rolled. He buys those down there from, I don't know, a former Cuban. I don't know. He buys them from somebody who hand rolls those down there. He's giving me a
just chomping on. He's got this cigar while it's not lit. He's got it while he's shooting.
He doesn't smoke it. He just chews on it.
That's good. That's cool, man.
Yeah. Did he have his cowboy hat on?
No, he did not. He was there with a few people. I just remember that one of the guys there was a Vikings fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's from Minnesota. Yeah.
He wears a hat a lot. He wears like a cowboy hat or some other hat like I wear kind of a thing a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he did. No, he didn't. No. Good dude, though.
Oh, excellent dude. He's the guy that always runs the private table at the Brownwater Bash.
Yeah, runs security?
Well, no, he's the liaison between...
Middleman.
Yeah, he's the liaison that I appoint, and I appointed him this morning, actually.
Congratulations, Oz.
Yeah.
That was executive order.
To work with the casino, because the casino has requirements for who can get on that private table. I have some input. Oz has input, but ultimately it's up to the casino. Do the people have enough play? That kind of thing. So I put him in charge this morning.
Congratulations on your on your appointment, Oz.
Yep. He's good at it.
So yeah, man, I will go back to Harrah's. I like that table there.
Oz is a good shooter. I'll bet on Oz every time.
His shot looks solid.
He shoots from stick right.
Yeah, well, he was shooting stick left 1.
He can do either. Most of the time when I play with him, I'm at left and 1, and he's at right 1, and guess where he's shooting? End of the turn.
Yeah, no, I didn't shoot at that table just because there was some other guy at stick right 1. Didn't want to make him move or anything, so I just chilled. Plus, I already won. I'm like happy.
Yeah. What else is going on in your world in Las Vegas?
A full-length extended version of this podcast is available exclusively on our Patreon page. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and will tell all of your fellow craps playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-07. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. And lastly, to help support this podcast, you can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/casinotears. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is number 1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening.